From Arlington, Mr. Hope.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise for the point of personal privilege.
Gentleman has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House, today I've introduced a resolution that seeks to extend Medicaid coverage to several hundred thousands of Virginia's poor citizens as envisioned under the Affordable Care Act. But this resolution is not as simple as just that. Extending Medicaid without adequate safeguards and sustainable reforms would be a huge mistake. And reforming Medicaid without extending it would be a very costly error. We must do both. For 4 years, I've had the privilege of being in this chamber, and for 4 years, I've heard 4 State of the State addresses from Governor McDonnell. And I believe it's at least 3 out of the 4 he has made a statement, and he repeated it again this time, that Medicaid has grown an unsustainable 1,600% over the last 30 years and gone from 5% of our budget to now 21% of our budget. This figure is absolutely correct and true not just for Virginia, but for every state in our country. It is an unsustainable program, and we need to act now. This resolution that I've introduced, Mr. Speaker, supports reforming Medicaid, making it sustainable, and redesigning the system to make it more efficient, improve quality, and lower costs. It also supports what Governor McDonnell has called for, asking for more flexibility and broader state authority over the program. And it conditions continued support on promised federal resources being there in the future. Mr. Speaker, we are in complete agreement. I would say to you, the only way to reform the system is through extension. We need to use these federal dollars wisely and use them in such a way that can truly transform the system. We have an opportunity to do some things that we've not been able to do before, Mr. Speaker. And if you're worried about the cost of extension, as you should be, and as we all are, nothing compares to the cost of doing nothing. Think of the 1,600% over the last 30 years. But let's do this in a responsible manner. Let's not squander this opportunity to do what we all want to do: cover more Virginians, make needed reforms to ensure the sustainability of the program, improve our economy, and lower costs. Democrats and Republicans should do this together. Mr. Speaker, I sincerely hope leadership will take a serious look at this resolution that I introduced today. There is talk about this being just a decision made by the Appropriations Committee. This would be a shame. What better message can we send to the Obama administration to ask for broad state flexibility to take more control over our Medicaid program? Please give every member of this body the chance to overwhelmingly send this bipartisan message to Washington. Mr. Speaker, I sincerely hope you will support this resolution. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.